Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, CSTWF just filed this Form 8-K announcing a business combination, and I am seeing a few things that could shake up investor expectations. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. This filing is all about a major deal combining Constellation Acquisition Corp I with HiTech Minerals Inc, and there is a lot of detail in here about what this means for shareholders. Alright, so this is a current report filed by Constellation Acquisition Corp I, basically a heads up to the public about significant events. The most important thing happening here is the planned business combination with HiTech Minerals Inc. It is like these two companies are getting married, and the goal is to create a new combined company that will be listed on Nasdaq. Constellation Acquisition Corp I has different types of shares. They have Class A ordinary shares, which are just regular shares with a very small par value, meaning their stated value on paper is tiny. They also have redeemable warrants. Think of these like options. They give the holder the right, but not the obligation, to buy a Class A ordinary share at a specific price, which is $11.5 in this case. If the stock price goes above $11.5, these warrants become valuable. And then they have units. A unit is like a package deal. Each unit comes with one Class A ordinary share and 1/3 of a redeemable warrant. This is often a way for companies, especially SPACs like this, to offer a combined security to investors. Constellation Acquisition Corp I is considered an emerging growth company and has decided not to take advantage of a rule that allows companies to delay adopting new accounting standards. This means they'll be following the latest accounting rules right away, which can make their financial reporting more up to date, but potentially more complex. So, on the 22nd of April, Constellation Acquisition Corp I, or CSTA as they call it here, along with HiTech Minerals, held a webinar. The big topic was their planned merger. This deal involves a third company, US Elemental Inc., which they're calling PubCo. The main goal is to combine these companies and then have PubCo list its shares on Nasdaq, a major stock exchange. This webinar was essentially to explain the deal to investors and answer their questions. What is really important here is that the full transcript of that webinar is included as an exhibit with this filing. This means investors can go back and read exactly what was said, which is crucial for understanding the details and the outlook for this combined company. Now, this is a really key disclaimer that appears often in these types of filings. A lot of what you'll read in this report and in the webinar transcript are forward-looking statements. These are essentially educated guesses or projections about the future. They are not guaranteed facts. The law provides some protection for these statements, as long as they are made in good faith and don't intentionally mislead. But it is super important to remember that these are predictions, not certainties, and actual results could be very different. Words like anticipate show up a lot when companies are talking about their future plans, and that signals these are forward-looking statements. They clearly state that the list of risks they mention is not even complete. There could be other unknown risks that pop up and cause trouble. This is a pretty standard but important warning. It means that even with all the planning and disclosures, there is still a lot of uncertainty. So for this merger to actually happen, a lot more paperwork needs to be filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or CC. They'll be filing something called a registration statement on Form S-4. This document will contain all the detailed information for CSTA's shareholders to review before they vote on the deal. It basically acts as both a proxy statement asking for shareholder votes and a prospectus, which is like an offering document for the new company's shares. They remind investors that they can get these important documents for free from the SEC's website. This is pretty standard, ensuring transparency for shareholders. This is a really strong warning. They are practically shouting at investors to read all the filings carefully. This is because these documents will contain crucial details about the deal, the risks, and the future prospects of the combined company, and investors need to understand them before making any decisions. This section talks about who might be considered a participant in the process of getting shareholder votes for this merger. Essentially, the company's leaders and certain other people involved are expected to help gather these votes. This is a standard disclosure to make sure everyone involved is properly identified. This is a really important legal disclaimer. This current report is not trying to get you to buy or sell any stock. It is not asking for your vote directly, and it is not an offer to sell you shares. They are being very careful to say that this announcement is informational only and not a solicitation or offer, especially in places where doing so might be against the law. Exhibit 99.1 is the transcript of the webinar they held. This is where all the detailed discussions about the business combination, the plans for the new company, and likely risk factors and opportunities were shared directly with investors. And Exhibit 104 is the cover page interactive data file, which is basically the standardized data format that the SEC requires for filings, making it easier for computers to read and process. And finally, the report is signed by Chandra R. Patel, the Chief Executive Officer of Constellation Acquisition Corp I. This signature confirms that the company is submitting this report accurately and on time as of the 22nd of April 2026. So what is the bottom line here? This is a SPAC. Constellation Acquisition Corp I, that is announcing a merger with HiTech Minerals. They held a webinar to discuss it, and the transcript is filed. The key takeaway is that a lot more information is coming in the form of a registration statement on Form S-4. This filing is basically the announce button for the merger with HiTech Minerals Inc. And now the real detailed scrutiny from investors will begin once those S-4 documents are filed. The main risk I am watching is how the market will react to the specifics of the deal once it is fully laid out. And if the projected benefits can actually be realized by the combined entity, what I am actually looking for is the detailed financial information and operational projections in the upcoming S-4 to gauge the true potential of this merger. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Also join our Discord community linked below.